Buongiorno a tutti ragazzi, this is Luca, professor of history and enthusiast of Italian culture, and today we talk about citizenship. Recently, I posted a video about Italian migration to Brazil that went very well. So first of all, thank you so much. I leave the video in the description down below for the people who didn't have the chance to look at it. But actually, I touched on the topic of Italian citizenship, how it works, who should have it, who should not, and actually in the comment section there was an absolute mayhem. And I also noticed that people in the comments sometimes completely misunderstood what I wanted to say about this topic of Italian citizenship for second and third generation Italian Americans, Italian Canadians, Italian Brazilians, Argentinians, and so on. So today I want to really go further details about this field of research, and I want to clarify some points also, because here in Italy this topic of Italian citizenship and how it should work is one of the super hot topics in today's politics and society, especially because after the gold medal that Italian female volleyball team won in the Olympics of Paris 2024, since most of the best players were Italians of the second generation, born in Italy from non-Italian parents. Again, this is a super hot debate, and I think now it's time to look at it in a very specific way. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of video, and let's dive in. Nonna, un attimo. Vabbè, io non è puoi aspettare un secondo, un minuto, che poi arrivano le... The first thing I want to clarify is who holds the Italian citizenship and what it takes to get it. Now, the only way to naturally have the Italian citizenship in 2024 is to have one or both parents Italian. So it doesn't matter where you were born, if you're born in Italy or in whatever country. The only thing that matters is that one of or both parents have to be Italian. This is the only way. There is no other way to acquire the Italian citizenship at the moment of birth. Why is that? Why do we have this system called IUS Sanguinis, as I mentioned in the video about Brazil multiple times, or law of the blood? This was actually created during the Italian diaspora of the late 19th, early 20th century, in which millions of Italians left the country in search of better living conditions and went to Brazil, Argentina, US, Canada, etc. And so the idea of the Italian government was like, okay, maybe the sons and daughters of these people who emigrated to Argentina and Brazil and United States, maybe if we give them the chance to easily reacquire the Italian citizenship of their parents, they would eventually go back to Italy, because actually the Italian government was hoping that at a certain point, since Italy was improving living conditions, the Italian government was hoping that they would eventually go back to Italy. So this was a citizenship law created to ease the process of these people going back to their parent country. It was the same also for Germany, which had an even bigger migration to United States, Brazil and Argentina, and so the citizenship law works in a very similar way. So at the time, as I said in the first video, this law made a lot of sense. And since then, nothing has really changed. The system is the same that worked during the Italian diaspora of early 20th century. Nothing has changed, as readers of Italians can easily see on the website of the Italian government. This is the reason why even today, in 2024, people of Italian descent who were born in Brazil, Argentina, Canada, and so on, and whose families have lived in these countries for by now over a century, they can apply to obtain the Italian citizenship, and in a short period of time, in a relatively short period of time, they can obtain it 100%. There is no way they can fail, and this is because, according to the spirit of this law, these are people who have always had the Italian citizenship, is something they own as Italian blood, but they just have to claim it back. This is the spirit of this law. This is why, as I said before, Italian footballer European Cup 2021 champion Jorginho or Juventus manager Thiago Motta, despite being born and raised in Brazil, they are Italian and they represent, for example, Italy in various sport events. That's it, they're Italian. The thing is, now you have to multiply these famous people for hundreds of thousands of other individuals who every year request the Italian citizenship in the local town halls in which their family was originally from, because this is the way the process works. So every year in these small villages, especially in the Veneto region in northeast of Italy, where most of the Italian Brazilians are from, the town hall has to work 24 hours a day to process all this myriad of people asking for the Italian citizenship. And this created two problems. First, these people, they can vote despite not living actually in Italy. They can vote for the Italian government. And also, not living in Italy, these people, they do not fix the biggest problem that we have in Italy, the fact that we need more people because the country is experiencing an insane demographic catastrophe. We lose 400,000 people per year, so we need people to come here and live here, and 99% of the second, third, fourth generation Italian, Brazilians, American and whatever, they get the citizenship, but they actually don't come here to live. Maybe they visit, but they don't live here, which is our biggest issue. On the other side, for the millions of people who were born and raised in Italy from foreign parents, and that maybe they have never been in their country of origin once in their lives and they speak exclusively Italian, for them the climb to the Italian citizenship is much, much, much steeper. In fact, in this case, the case in which you are born and raised in Italy to foreign parents, these are the steps you need to do in order to obtain the Italian citizenship. First, you need to reside in Italy from 0 to 18 years old, a non-stopping residency, because if you live even for a relatively short period of time, you risk losing everything. Even if you go in a school camp, you're attending school in Italy, you go in a school camp, I don't know, in France for a month, you risk losing everything. Then you need to have a certain level of economic income for the entire 18 years of residency. Then when you are 18 years old, you have 1 year period to ask to make an official request, and then in 4-5 years you will probably obtain the citizenship, but it's particularly steep as a process. And in my opinion, the shocking thing is that you basically do your entire school career as a foreign, from kindergarten to university. Maybe you have never left Italy your entire life. You speak only Italian, but you are considered a foreign person. And this topic, as I said at the beginning of the video, has been particularly hot in Italy since the Olympics of Paris 2024, when the Italian female volleyball national team won the gold medal by a landslide. They were by far the better team, and the best players of this team were all girls born and raised in Italy to foreign parents. So this led the Italian foreign minister and vice prime minister Antonio Tajani to release a statement in which he declared the intention of his party to change the Italian citizenship system from the IUS Sanguinis, which is again exclusively connected to the bloodline, to an intermediate, to a middle ground system between the IUS Sanguinis and the IUS Soli, which is the American citizenship system, in which if you are born in the territory of the US, no matter where your family is from, you are naturally an American citizen. The
This system is called Ius Scholae, or Law of the School System. Basically, it is a middle ground between the Ius Sanguinis and the Ius Soli. In this system, you don't have to wait until you turn 18, then making a request, and then waiting between 3 or 4 years to get the Italian citizenship, but you just need to attend a certain amount of years in the Italian school system. How many years depends on the interpretation of certain political parties. For the left, it should be maximum 5 years. For the right, in the Italian political system, this should be either non-existing at all, this law, or at least 10 years. And actually, this specific topic recently has been a huge debate, and the left parties called up a referendum that already gathered more than 700,000 signs, and so we are waiting for the official results, and I will keep you updated.
Now, what do I make of that? What's my idea about the way to get the Italian citizenship? Now, my idea, I think, is particularly pragmatic and free from every left or right political ideology, because when it comes to these things, I always try to be very practical. And actually, in the comments, many people, Italian Brazilians, Italian Argentinians, and so on, they made me notice something that I didn't mention during my previous video, and I think they were absolutely right. They say, Luca, be careful, because the way you're talking in this video, sometimes you're assuming that all the Italian, Argentinian, Brazilians that claim the Italian citizenship, they just do this to take advantage of the Italian citizenship, but they are absolutely not connected to Italy, to its language, to its culture, food, identity. You're just saying that they just want to do this for political advantage, and that's not true. And they're right, because I read many comments, many family stories that really made me cry, in which people said, Luca, my family has been in Sao Paulo for 150 years. We still eat Italian sausage. We still sing Italian songs. We still speak some Italian, or at least the Venetian dialect. We are so much connected to Italy. Some people said, Luca, I feel like Italy is my parent country. I feel an incredible connection. And guys, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I want to apologize, because I didn't mean to say that all the people of the Italian diaspora, the descendants of Italian diaspora, are just people who are taking advantage of the situation. And I want to even say something more. From a political and geopolitical perspective, the Italian government should do much, much, much more to reconnect with the countries of the Italian diaspora, such as Argentina, or even more Brazil, a nearly 300 million people country, which is geopolitically more and more important in the world. And the fact that most of the people are from Italian descent for Italy is such a geopolitical advantage that we should use. We should be so much connected with countries like Brazil, and instead our President Sergio Mattarella came to Brazil just a few months ago, after 20 years since the last official visit of an Italian president or prime minister to Brazil. No, that's wrong. We need to be close with the countries of the Italian diaspora for a geopolitical advantage, for the Italian national interest.
Paola.
I have to say that I strongly disagree with certain comments that I received in the last video. As I said before, that I recommend you watching and subscribing to the channel in order to see more stuff related to this topic. In these comments, basically, many people said, Luca, we are way more Italian, as Italian Brazilians, Italian American, and so on. We are way more Italian than the people who are born and raised in Italy to foreign parents. No, you're not. There are different ways to be Italian. And the fact that you're saying that because they don't have Italian blood, they're not Italian compared to you, it's very wrong, because you're putting it on a racial perspective that I strongly disagree with, also because, as I said in my other videos with Danielle Romero, Italian citizenship has never been about race, never, because the Italian race has never existed and never will. We are one of the most mixed races in the world. So I strongly disagree with people who says that if you are born and raised in Italy but you don't have Italian blood, you are not Italian. I strongly disagree for two reasons. First, from an ethical perspective, I think it's very wrong. But most importantly, again, I'm very pragmatic and I really care about the Italian national interest. We need people to get the Italian citizenship, to be here, to live here, to work here, to pay our pensions. Italy is in a demographic catastrophe. You have no idea. We are screwed. We need millions of people to come here, young people, and live and work and produce. And giving them an easier path to the citizenship is our only way to survive this catastrophe. Otherwise, as it always happens these days, these people will go to Germany, will go to France, will go to Sweden, will go to England. They will especially go to countries in which there is the ius soli. So if you are born in a certain country from foreign parents, you will get the citizenship. This is a big incentive for people to choose a country where to live, and we need these people. As Italians, we need these people. Also, many Italians don't understand the catastrophe that we are facing. So I want the citizenship for both, for the sons and daughters of the Italian diaspora, but also for people who don't have Italian blood, but they live and work here, and it is correct and fair that they obtain the Italian citizenship. And this is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this kind of videos and the debate that they produce with the comments. So let me know if you like this stuff, if you want more content related to the Italian citizenship, the Italian diaspora, and don't forget to subscribe, because most of the people that watch my videos are not subscribers, and I really need these people to subscribe. Ciao ragazzi, see you in the next one.